Shalom family, assalamu alaikum, all praises be to the Most High. I am driving, so you will hear some noise in the background. Please bear with me. Now, I do have a tendency to struggle for words when I speak because of my West Indian dialect and me trying to speak this broken English given to us by our oppressors. Sometimes I struggle for words, so please also bear with me. Now, viewer discretion is advised because I am going to go in on this video. I know I have a lot of Christians that listen to my channel with sensitive ears. They don't like to hear harsh language because they was told that, when you use these words, these harsh languages, it's just off the devil, right? So they say. And I don't want any youngins listening to this video because I do oftentimes go into a rant and I use, harsh language, cuss words. So viewer discretion is advised. So I want to talk about a couple of things in this video, but the first topic I want to touch on is a topic about Nikki Haley. Now, for those of you who don't know who Nikki Haley is, she's pretty much running for the presidency. I think she's a South Carolina governor, and she's running for the presidency. She's not Caucasian. I think her background is like Indian and shit. I think her ancestry is from India, if I'm not mistaken. So the other day, I guess they had some kind of townhouse meeting or some kind of meeting, right? And a reporter asked her a question, but the topic was about the Civil War. And a reporter asked her a question because I guess they heard her talking about the Civil War, but she's not really bringing any substance to the topic on the Civil War. She's trying to evade, right, or avoid speaking the real truth as to why the Civil War occurred. So a reporter called her out on it, asked her, okay, what caused the Civil War? And everybody and their mama, right, if you go to the public school system and you learn their history, their story, they're going to teach you some shit. Because one thing about white folks, and I'm going to continue, white people, right, well, I use that word very vague because there's no such thing as white people. They're different shades of red. But these hybrids, right, they love to brag about the conquest of certain countries and region, right? They love to put themselves on pedestals so much so they make statues of themselves, right? And they'll literally worship these statues. And that's why the Most High told you in the Bible not to make any images and bow down to them, but they make statues of Mary and they make statues of Jesus and saints. And this is how you know that these devils goes against the Bible, right? The Old Testament. And that's why they gave you a New Testament. So the New Testament God, which is Jesus, the man God Jesus, allows you to do all of this, right? But anyway, she was asked a question, and it's just answering the question because the shit makes sense. Ain't nobody gonna penalize her for it, hold it against her, because everybody know why the fucking Civil War, was started. It's because of slaves. They was fighting, the South was fighting over the fact that the North was trying to abolish slavery because, the North wasn't really benefiting from the shit because the South had all the cotton and all the tobacco mostly. And what happened was the North wasn't really benefiting from the shit. So they was like, well, since we can't benefit from the shit, let's just forget about it, right? Let's just do something for the blacks and make it seem like we're really trying to free them. But in reality, it wasn't really that they was trying to free us. It's because, they wasn't benefiting from the shit. And when these devils are not fighting against black folks and black and brown people, right, they start to go against themselves. Because back in Europe, in the caves and shit, they used to kill each other. And then now they got a new target, which is us. So they turn their focus on us, right? So of course everybody knows that Civil War started from slavery because, according to them, Abraham Lincoln, right, wanted to free the slaves and shit. And he even wrote a declaration. He even wrote in I forgot, in the journal or whatever, that he didn't really want to free the slaves, but because he didn't want to continue losing men and whatever, he wanted to stop the war, some shit. But anyway, Abraham Lincoln really didn't want to free us, right? He had no choice at the time. So this bitch, instead of her answering the truthful question, giving a truthful answer to the question, she tried to evade, or she tried to deflect, and she tried to sway away from the real deal. And they called her out on it, right? And one thing I noticed with these devils, right? These brown people, they call themselves brown people, right? When white people, or I should say hybrids, start to call them out on some shit, they start to backtrack because they don't want to piss off the so-called white people. You know what I mean? So once the so-called white people start to call them out on some shit, they're going to walk it back, and, you know, they're going to, oh, of course, like her response now is, of course, we all know that the cause of the Civil War is because of slavery. Why didn't you say that in the first place? You're saying it now because you're being called out by white people also. If it was only niggas that was calling you out, you could care less because you're catering to the white supremacy class of people, right? The so-called white supremacy. There's nothing supreme about these devils. Nothing supreme about them at all, family. Nothing. Don't let them fool you. I hate to use that word white supremacy because nothing supreme about these devils. They can't go into the motherfucking sun without their sunscreen lotion. They got struggle genes. They are not producing, you know what I'm saying, giving birth. So there's nothing supreme about them. But because they're ruling, they rule by conquest. You know, they go around the world with their swords and their muskets and their guns and their weapons of mass destruction, because these are the devil's seed, right? That they love to destroy humanity. So because they have weapons of mass destruction, a lot of people fear them. But without that, they're nothing. But anyway, so now she's trying to walk back that comment. You know, instead of answering the question truthfully, she didn't at first. Now she's trying to walk it back. She's trying to go into damage control. So now a lot of people calling her out for that shit. So I'm saying this to say, right? Family, we are going to be hated by all nations. I think it's in Psalms 83, if I'm not mistaken, where it says they were going to conspire, the whole world was going to conspire and try to pretty much take away our heritage, take away our identity, you know what I'm saying, and give it to someone else. And it also said that the heathen was going to be in our tent. They were basically going to be ruling for a time being under the identity of us, because these are culture bandits. These are identity thieves. They go around, they conquer, they take on other people's culture, calling themselves Native American Indian when the original native people of Turtle Island, which I refer to as America, were copper-colored people, were black people, dark-skinned people. So now you had the Mongoloids mixed in with our people, and then they created a new species or a new set of so-called people calling themselves Native American Indians, right? Which again, the original Native American Indian for here, the Americas, right, which was referred to as Turtle Island, were black folks. So they don't have no originality. They just go around and steal ideas, steal inventions from black folks. The washing machine was created by black people. The stoplight was created by black people. Even the NASA program, right, was 3 black women that were responsible for writing these programs for them to have the. I'm telling you, family, our history is very, very rich, very, very rich. But because those who conquer, right, a nation, they can rewrite the history, his story. That's why they call it history. That's his story being told. So I'm glad that they went hard on this bitch, right? She's nothing to me. I could care less about other nations. I don't care what fucking title you have, president or leader. You're a leader for them, not for me. Nobody leads me but the Most High. You know what I'm saying? So she's a bitch as far as I'm concerned. She could go to hell. And I hope she lose the candidacy, because I think they said she was actually doing very well in the poll, right? So now, for her dumbass mistake, now she's being dragged. This bitch is being dragged, right? That's right, I said it. She's a bitch. Freedom of speech. She's a fucking bitch. And I hope she lose. I am sure she will anyway, because right now they got the other hybrid Trump, I guess, in the front runner, right? But anyway, I just wanted to talk about this bitch that tried to act like, you know, the Civil War wasn't about slavery and shit. This fucking bitch. And you notice I keep calling her a bitch because she is. What's she gonna do about it? Fucking bitch. But anyway, family, let's move on. So I noticed that a lot of our people are actually waking up. And not only our people are waking up, you have the other nations of people are waking up. Did I tell you that Nikki Haley's a bitch? Oh yeah, I think I did already. Okay. So, what was it, yesterday? That would have been Friday, according to man's calendar. I was actually at the supermarket and I was picking up some grocery at Whole Foods Market, right? Some produce. And I was in line, and this Caucasian dude, now, I don't know if he's Caucasian. He could be Mediterranean. You know, he looked like he from one of those, according to the Middle Eastern country, but he had more of a European look to him. So we was both in the aisle, and, you know, I try to keep myself to myself when it comes to these hybrids. I don't really, you know, deal with them. So I'm there, and I'm picking up some produce or whatever, and, you know, we happen to look at each other, and he starts smiling, because, you know, these devils, they like to smile when they see black folks. Well, not black folks, but melanated people. They like, you know, they like to use that smiling defense, right? So he looked at me, he smiled and shit. Okay, I smiled back like, okay, whatever. You know, he's being friendly, whatever. So he said, what he said to me, he said, do you shop here often? And I said, yeah, and incidentally, you know, the Whole Foods market that I was at was actually in a predominantly hybrid community, right? Non-melanated community, which is so-called white people community, right? And so I said to him, I said, yeah, I come here often. He said, oh, okay. He said, let me ask you a question. Do you believe like most of these fruits and vegetables are organic? And I said, no. And I said, I don't think so. And he said, but they said Whole Foods produce is actually all organic. But I'm looking at some of these produce, and some say organic and some doesn't say. So I say, even the one that said they're organic, I don't even believe they're organic either. You know, they could say whatever they want to say, but who knows, right? And he laughed. He said, yeah, you're right about that. You're right about that. And one thing I noticed with these hybrids, right, especially the men and women too, they always have a tendency, family, to strike up a conversation. I notice like when me and my wife go out and shit, and then I be in the line, and they just, I don't know if it's because of my height, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about me. Maybe they could vibe that I got a little bit of their genes in me, because I told you that my mother, she's half white and shit. So maybe they could pick up on that. I don't know what it is, but they always have a tendency to draw, like strike up a conversation, draw it to me and strike up a conversation. My wife used to always laugh and shake her head like, man, if they only knew how you felt about them. I said, yeah. She said, but that's amazing though. Like, it's so crazy. Like they always have a tendency to draw to you. And I'll be laughing. I'm like, man, yeah. So, you know, he's talking and shit. And then I said, man, I said, I'd be surprised if these are all really organic, even the one that's said they're organic. So I said, why don't you ask that guy over there, right? So he went over there and shit. And he asked, and the guy was like, "Oh yeah, everything is organic." So then he said, "Okay, so why is some of them clearly marked organic and others are not?" And I know for a fact that when you pick up a fruit, they're supposed to have these little labels on them, right? And I think when it begins with 9 and a couple of zeros and shit, they're organic. Anything under 9, if I'm not mistaken, because I remember somebody had told me this before, they have to label these produce and vegetables with some labels to let you know what's organic and not. So what I did, I went over there, and the one that says none organic, I looked at the label, and sure enough, it didn't have the 9, but the one that actually labeled organic, it had the 9. So I'm like, so I went back to him, and I said, well, so how come then you have these two identical produce, and one is showing with the label 4000, and the other one is showing 9? He said, well, the one with the 9 is organic. I said, but you just said that everything is organic. And he said, oh, no, I meant like if you're in the organic section and it says, and so the white guy was like, no. Well, the guy was like, no, I didn't ask you that. I asked you, are everything in here organic? Is everything in here organic? And you told me yes. So he pretty much called him out there. Because see, this is how it works, family. These retail stores, right? These supermarkets, these people, they plan on you shopping in ignorance, right? They don't realize that there's a lot of people who read the labels. Like me, before I purchase something, I always read the back of the label to see, first of all, if it have any kind of pork product, because I definitely try my best not to eat pork, right? I mean, sometimes I eat it unintentional because we don't know what the fuck what kind of pork product they put in a lot of these items. I didn't even know that they have pork in soap. I learned this a couple years ago when I made that video, right? I think for me it went viral and shit, because anything, if I could get like, let's say 6,000 or 7,000 views and shit, that's viral for me, because my average views is like 50 something views, because you know how it is when you start to bring forth information. These devils don't like you bring forth information, so they shadow bang your channel. But anyway, so long story short, we call out the guy that was in the produce aisle out on the inconsistency as far as in telling us everything is produce, but it's clearly not. So you could tell like he felt some type of way and shit. And it was a white dude, you know, non-melanated dude and shit, hybrid. And you could tell he felt some type of way, how we kind of like teamed up on him. So then the guy that I was talking to, we walked back over to the section, and he said, you know, I have to be careful how I shop because the stuff that I eat is kosher. So I said, oh, it's kosher? I said, oh, you Jewish? He said, yeah. I said, yeah, I also shop kosher too. He said, oh, you Jewish? I said, no, I'm not Jewish. I'm a Hebrew. He said, oh, you're Hebrew? He said, what's the difference? I said, well, you say you're Jewish, and I'm saying I'm a Hebrew. So I said, are you a Hebrew? He said, well, yeah, I'm a Hebrew. I said, then he said to me, is your mother, he said, is your mother a Hebrew? I said, no, I know in Judaism, y'all based it on from the mother lineage, right? But in our culture, whatever our father is, that's what we go by. That's our lineage. So in other words, my father is an actual Hebrew, and my mother, she's not. She's actually mixed with Caucasian. So I started explaining to him that because I could trace my father's lineage back to the land based on the transatlantic slave trade. That's how I explained to him. So he's looking at me like, but you know, like he don't understand what the fuck I'm saying. So then he said, so are you a practicing Jew? I said, no, I'm not a practicing Jew. I'm not Jewish. I said, you're a practicing Jew. I said, let me ask you a question. Were you born a Jew? And he was like, yeah. He said, well, my grandmother was from Poland and she was a Jew. And I said, okay, so you was born into Judaism, but you're not a Jew. He said, yes, of course if I'm Jewish, I'm a Jew. I said, no. I said, what is the definition of a Jew? Like, what is the definition of a Jew? And he said, well, if you're born into, and he was trying to use some fucking Hebrew, Yiddish, you know, language and shit, trying to like throw me off like I'm stupid and shit. But I didn't understand that Yiddish shit. So he was like, if you're born into whatever he was saying, right? Then you are considered a Jew. So I said, do you know, what is it like? I said, do you know the whole concept of a Jew means that it's 12 tribes, right? One of the tribes is Judah. So the shortening, instead of saying Judah, we say Jew. So I said, are you from the tribe? I said, what tribe are you from? And he was like, you know, the tribes are scattered. And I said, but do you know which tribe you're from? He said, well, I don't, he said, I'm not that deep into it. He said, I don't go as far as to figure out what tribe because we all are scattered. I said, okay, well, I know what tribe I'm from. He said, how do you know what tribe you're from? He said, but you say you're not Jewish. I said, no, I'm not Jewish. I'm a Hebrew, right? I'm a Hebrew Israelite, right? I'm a Hebrew based on the promise that was given to Jacob, right? Our forefathers, right? Abraham's, you know, great grandson. So I said, basically, I am from the tribe of Judah. And he said, how do you know what tribe you're from? I said, well, to be honest, I really don't know. But if I had to guess, based on, you know, because it says spirit bear witness, is based on the demographic where my ancestors was taken. Because I remember that the Bible says in Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68, that we was going to go back into Egypt again on ships. And Egypt is synonymous. So I'm trying to learn this asshole some shit, right? Teach him some shit. So I said, you know, the Bible says we was going to go back into captivity, or we'll go back into Egypt. Egypt was synonymous with bondage. So it was a metaphor that we was going to go back into Egypt again on ships. And my ancestors definitely went back into captivity, into slavery on ship. So I said, can you trace your ancestry going into slavery on any slave ships? So this is what this idiot said to me, fam. He said, yes, of course. My ancestors, they came over from Poland on ships. So I said, oh, but did they go into slavery? Like, because Deuteronomy chapter 20, I said, can I pull it up for you and show you? He said, sure. So I pull the shit up and shit. And I said, can you read this part right here? And tell me how do you interpret this? And he read it and he said, okay, well, let's say he was going to go back to Egypt. But he said, there was only one Egyptian slavery. I said, yes, That's when Moses let us out of Egypt. But it says we was going to go back. This is a future prophecy, right? The ancestors of Jacob, right? Abraham, it was prophesied that Abraham's seed was going to go back into Egypt. Egypt is synonymous. I said, you know what the word synonymous? He said, yeah, I know what synonymous means. It's like pertaining to. I said, yeah. So I said, it said we was going to go back into Egypt again on ships. And I said, if you continue reading, it tells you that we was going to be sold for bondman and bondwoman. That means slaves. And he said, oh. So he said, so you're saying that your ancestors fit this I said, yeah, definitely my ancestors fit this prophecy, because I said, you know about the transatlantic slave trade, right? According to the history, right? He said, yeah. He said, so I said, did your ancestors go into slavery and was sold as bondman and bondwoman, as slaves? He said, well, no, not but there were white slaves, you know that, right? I said, yeah, I know that. Believe me, I know that there was white slaves. But they was more into servitude. It wasn't necessarily slavery. They pretty much they was indebted serving. It's a difference, because these indebted serving, these white slaves, like that a lot of people like to bring up, right? And I do agree that they were white slaves. They really were white slave. At one point, they was white slave working side by side alongside with black slaves, and they was revolting because the white slave, they knew the white history and shit. They knew a lot more about the white people, so they was siding with the blacks and teaching them shit of how to overcome and how to defeat the slave master. And what the slave master did, they separated the white slave from the black slave, and they gave them a little bit of supremacy over us. That's where you get the white supremacy from. So what they did, they said, okay, you look just like us. We're gonna give you how would you say it? Like, I guess a title. They would give him now to whip us and shit. So the white slave, now they had a little bit of, I'm trying to find the proper word, authority then over black people, because they didn't want us uniting. So that's where you get the white supremacy from. So these white slaves now felt more supreme over us, because now they had more was given to them, more opportunity and shit like that. They had more food, they had more shelter, so they felt they was better than us, but they were still slaves. So yes, I do understand that they were white slaves, right? So I explained that to him. So I said, did your ancestor from Poland go into slavery? He said, no, not that I know of. That's okay. So I said, the prophecy fits us, and we was there and we was talking, and he was intrigued, he was listening and shit. So I was teaching him some shit. So I said, yes. So I said, I'm a Hebrew Israelite, not by religion, right? It's not a practice that it's almost like, do you know that in Judaism, right, someone can be a Christian today and then later on decide to practice Judaism and then becomes a Jew, a practicing Jew? He said, yeah. He said, that's how my great grandmother started. She was from Poland, and then she. So I said, okay. So I say, really, you don't really have no lineage to the Jews, the tribe of Judah, because you guys are converts, right? I said, do you know who King Elam is? I forgot his name. And he was like, I said, do you know who the I can't pronounce this shit, the Fasadic Jews and Ashkenazi Jews are? And he was like, yeah. And I said, are these people bloodline, do they have any blood ties to Abraham? And he was like, as far as I know, yeah. I said, no, they don't. They don't. I said, they're converts. I said, Judaism is a religion. Just like Christianity, Catholicism, it's a religion. I said, it has nothing to do with, I don't have any ties to Abraham. So I said, let me ask you this question, right? I said, are you a Messianic practicing Jew, or are you Torah only? And he said, it's a Torah. I said, I know what the Torah is, but I don't practice either one. I'm just Jewish. So I said, okay, so you really don't practice the faith. You just reap the benefits, basically, right? I laughed and shit. Started, he said, yeah, pretty much, He said, the holidays, when the holidays come around, I take advantage of that, but I don't practice it like that. So I said, oh, okay, so you're really not a Jew then. You just Jewish. I said, you know the word Jewish, you know what it means? And he said, yeah, it means I'm a Jew. I said, no, Jewish is pertaining to, when something is not black and it's gray, it's blackish. We call it blackish, but it's not. If something is black, you say it's black. If it's blackish, then it's not all the way black, so we call it blackish. So you're not really Jew, you're Jewish, pertaining to, right? Wishing you were. And I said, no disrespect. So, and he was cool about it, because you could tell this devil really don't give a shit about no fucking Judaism. He just took on the title. He didn't wear the yarmulke. He didn't do none of that. He just looked like a regular old Arab dude to me. I thought he was Arab, to be honest, right? But he's actually, he said he's he's from ancestry from Poland, and Polish Jews, and he got people that live over there in the land or whatever. So when we was leaving, before we left, so I said, so do you believe me when I tell you that I am a Hebrew? I'm not gonna say I'm a Jew, but I'm a Hebrew. He said, well, yeah. He said I could, yeah. I said, yeah. And he just told me that anybody can conform to Judaism. I said, no, man. I said, I'm trying to tell you, my lineage is that I could trace it from slavery, from what the prophecy in the Bible. I said, do you believe in the Bible? Do you read it Tanakh? Do you believe? He said, yeah, I know. I read the Tanakh and the Torah. Then they said, like, the New Testament, I believe in the Mashiach, but I don't really, like I said, he said, I'm not a practicing, I don't do it religiously. That's what he said, right? I said, okay. So I said, but once again, in the Tanakh, it was prophesied that we was going to go into slavery. And I showed you, he said, yeah, you're right. And he said, yeah, you're right. Yeah. And you guys did, in fact, go to slavery, and you guys are scattered in the four corners of the earth. And he said it's so funny, because I've heard something like that there are Jews in Africa and the Ethiopian Jews. And I said, no, I said, it's bigger than that, sir. It's bigger than that. I said, we were scattered in the four corners of the earth. I said, that money that America pays Israel, the state of Israel, the Zionists. I said, are you a Zionist? He said, no, I'm not a Zionist. I don't support those people. He said, those people are wicked. And he's saying, no, I'm not a Zionist. He said, no, I don't deal with Zionism. I said, okay, well, the money that America pays these people every year is called hush money. And the hush money comes from the fact that Netanyahu and whoever else, they know who these people are over here in America, that the children of Israel were taken into captivity, into slavery, on the transatlantic slave trade. And I said, they pay them hush money every year, because I said, remember that America didn't have anything to do with the Holocaust. I said, Hitler had, so why is America paying the Zionists money every year, right, for the Iron Dome? I said, you know what the Iron Dome? He said, yeah, the Minister of Defense. I said, exactly. So he was like, oh, wow. He said, yeah, I guess, you might be right about it. But he's saying it in such a way like he's trying to be dismissive, like he's just telling me what I want to hear. I could tell, like, I was just planting a seed, basically. This devil didn't believe anything I was saying. So I said, but yeah, that's how it is, man. So I said, but you know what, man, it was nice. I said, what's your name? And his name was actually a Yiddish name. He had like a Jewish name, right? I think he said Bernstein or some shit like that. Or Bernstein, whatever. So I said, okay, man. I told him what my name was, and I said, it was nice meeting you. I said, I'll probably see you around. He said, yeah, because I come here every week. And he said, yeah, it was nice talking to you. And then he said some shit like, he tried to talk some Yiddish shit to me. And, something in Yiddish and shit. And I said, shalom, brother. He said, oh, okay, shalom. I said, oh, okay. Because he tried to test me to see if I understand what the fuck he was saying. But I don't understand Yiddish, because Yiddish is pretty much a Germanic language. Did y'all know that? Yiddish, that shit don't got nothing to do with the Paleo Hebrew. So he was like, some shit. He was hacking and shit. So I was like, yeah, okay, man, shalom, brother. And he said, So I just wanted to share that with you, family. That, some of these devils know who we are, and some of them don't. You know what I mean? But I think for the most part, if you know how to present yourself, and you can debate, and you can bring forth information, especially if they know the Bible. If they don't know the Bible, you're pretty much wasting your time. But if you could bring forth information, and what I figured to myself, I think I planted a seed, because maybe not now, maybe he'll probably hear this shit again and remember this conversation he had with me, and he might be like, wow, because that's how it was with me. Like 13, 14 years ago, when I had heard that we were the people of the Bible, I didn't believe it. I was like, you crazy, because I was taught, all of my life that the so-called non-melanated hybrids were God's chosen people. And I used to look at them, and it was something about these people, like, I didn't get it. I didn't feel it like they were. I just thought they was weird looking and shit, because back in New York, they used to wear all black. What they call them, the Orthodox Jews and shit, they used to wear all black. and they used to just look weird to me and shit with two little curly locks. They try to have the locks that's mentioned in the Bible with Samson. So they had the little fucking fake locks and shit, Goldilocks in their hair. And, I used to just laugh at them when I saw them. So even back then, even though I was told that they were God's chosen people, I didn't believe it. I didn't feel it because it just didn't resonate with me. You know what I mean? But, 13, 14 years ago when I was told that we were, it didn't resonate with me either. I was like, nah, we're Gentiles and shit. I heard that we're Gentiles. We're going to be grafted in. That's what I believed. It's not until, the seed was planted and then it started to grow. And then here I am 13, 14 years later, just proud of my heritage, proud of who I am, knowing that, even these niggas that's running around with their pants sagging, that they're royalty and just don't know because these devils pay billions of dollars every year trying to hide who we are, giving these these so-called rappers, right, that don't have any substance to their rap music to destroy us, talking about guns and drugs and hoes and pants sagging and showing, propped up money, fake money, propped up money in, these cars that's rented, and everybody want to be like a rapper because they want to destroy us. Meanwhile, they taking on our identity and shit, and the whole world believing that they are the people of the Bible. But the Most High is starting to wake us up. All praises be to the Most High. You know what I mean? But I just wanted to go on a rant video this morning to share with y'all how I'm feeling about myself. I feel proud to know that the Most High have decided, even though we wasn't worthy, right? But because we were less of the less, right? We were the one that everybody turned their back on. We were nothing. We were the niggers. He said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pick these group of people and call them my own. And when these devils really, really realize all along, man, they have been persecuting the Most High, the apple of the Most High eyes. Oh my God, they got a rude awakening that awaits them. They don't understand. It's almost like you have a fucking prince, right, that's ran away from the castle and start living amongst the peasants, and then this prince is dirty, but he's from royalty, right? He's from royalty, and he's living amongst the peasants because he hate the way how the monarch is, ruling and shit, right? So he ran amongst the peasants, and then he start living amongst them, eating like them, acting like them, and then all of a sudden you have the king go out to try to find his son. Go find Prince so and so, and these royal subjects or soldiers, they go out and they go into the village and they seeking to find the prince, and the prince is right there in front of them, but they can't tell because the prince is dirty, look just like a peasant. And they start to abuse the prince, and where are we trying to find this? But the prince don't want to reveal himself, and they start to fuck with the prince and treat him like crap. And then one of the subjects realized, wait a minute, he looked just like the prince. He looked like Prince so and so, and they realized that, oh my God, he's a prince. All along they've been beating on the prince and persecuting the prince, and now they know they fucked up. And they got to go and they got to, redeem themselves and apologize to the prince. And the prince feels some type of way, like, even though he lived amongst the peasants as a peasant, he realized that I'm royalty. How dare you, because even the peasants didn't treat me the way you treat me. And because he want to get back at him, he revealed himself, wash his face off and show his true fucking royalty. And they realized, guess what? They fucked up. That Nikki Haley bitch, she fucked up, right? And now they got some explaining to do to the king, because the king don't care where the prince ran off to. He have to, he have to find the prince and make sure the prince is available to pass down the kingship. And when the king find out that one of these subjects was abusing the royal prince, oh my God, oh shit, you know what I mean? Now it's recompense time. So the king find out that they abuse the prince, and this motherfucker is shitting on himself because he know now he's going to be put to death for what he have done to the prince. And that's what's going to happen to you fucking devils. Y'all have persecuted us. You have enslaved us. You have gunned us down with our hands in the air. You have put us in the hood. You have poisoned our water. You have poisoned our food, the chemicals we put in our hair, right? You have have aborted our fucking fetuses. You have put abortion clinics in our neighborhood. Meanwhile, y'all putting fertile clinics in y'all. Y'all have put a church. Y'all put churches, right? Liquor store. You put the Arabs above us, the Chinese above us, the Asians above us. But guess what? When the Most High show that all along y'all have been fucking with the princes of the world and the princesses, y'all gonna have a rude awakening that awaits y'all. All praises be to the Most High. Nikki Haley, you bitch. You're gonna have a rude awakening talking about you. Of course, we knew, or we all know, that the Civil War had to do with slavery. Why didn't you mention that shit in the first place, you bitch? With that, I say shalom.